Basic Skill Bootcamp, Part 2. In today's lesson, students will use touch math to solve subtraction problems with regrouping. Subtraction with what? Very good. Now, if you remember, touch points are used instead of your fingers, okay? So each number has that same amount of touch points. The only difference is that when you have numbers like 6, 8, what do you notice about these numbers? Do they have single dots or do they have double dots? They have double dots. And double dots you're going to touch with your pencil 2 times. How many times? 2 times. Now subtraction, when you're using touch math, instead of counting forward, you're going to count backward. You're going to count what? Backward. So the first thing we need to do is make sure that you know how to count backwards from 20. Are you ready? Set, go. Count with me. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom! Blast off. Okay, so when you go home, for those of you who still do not know how to count backwards from 20, and there might be some people that need some practice, you're going to replay that and you're going to make sure you know how to count backwards from 20. Very important. So now we'll use touch math to solve some basic subtraction problems. When you're subtracting, you have to remember that the number at the top must be bigger than the number at the bottom. What did I say? Say with me. The number at the top must be bigger than the number at the bottom. So, is 8 bigger than 3? Is it? Yes. So you can say the number 8 and you're going to count backwards. You're going to count what? Backwards. So you say 8, 7, 6, 5. What's the answer? The answer is 5. Very good. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at example 2. Now I see a lot of people doing this. I'm not going to mention any names. But when you take a look at 12 minus 8, and you know that you must start with the ones place. With the what? With the ones place. So you look at 2, take away 8. Is the number at the top bigger than the one on the bottom? Or is there more on the floor? Is there more on the floor? What I mean is the number at the bottom, which is 8, is that bigger than 2? Yes. So technically, if there is more on the floor, you have to go next door. Get 110, okay? And that's called a regrouping. But let me explain something to you, okay? If you have 12 take away 8, and you try and regroup that, and you say, okay, I know that there's more on the floor, so I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to take 110, and then this is going to make this 12. Is this still 12 take away 8? Yeah, it's still 12 take away 8. So in the situation where you have a double digit like 12 minus a single digit, you just need to do 12 take away 8. Okay, so that's pretty simple. 12 take away 8. We're going to count backwards. We're going to start at 12. Okay, just for you guys who don't know how to count backwards, that's okay. Say 12, and you're going to touch 8. These are double dots, so let's touch them twice. We're going to count backwards. Say 12. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. What's the answer? The answer is 4. Very good. Okay. This example, you're going to go ahead and tell me. This is 97 minus 446. Let me go ahead and make my dots on the 4. Okay. Okay, we're always going to start with the ones place. Which place are we going to start with? The ones place. So 7 take away 6. Is the top number bigger than the bottom number? Or is there more on the floor? Oh, 7 is bigger than 6, right? Yes? Okay, so you can go ahead and just do the subtraction with no regrouping. So you're going to say 7, count backwards with me, and then touch 6 Touch the double dots how many times? 2 times. You say 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. 7 take away 6 is 1. Okay, so next you're going to start with the tens place. Is the number at the top bigger? You have 9 and 4. Is 9 bigger? Yes. All right, so you're going to say 9. Count backwards with me. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. So what's the answer? The answer is 51. Now in the next 3 examples, all of these subtraction problems have regrouping. They have what? Regrouping. And regrouping happens when the bottom numbers are more. And at the bottom, what do we call that? What's at the bottom here? It's called the floor, right? Okay. So a lot of you, here's what I'm seeing. Oh, probably maybe 15 of you. And seeing as though I only have 19 kids, that's a lot. Okay? You look at what's on the floor and you say, oh, you say 8 minus 4. That's 4. No. You have to start with the top. And if there is more on the floor, you're going to say this to yourself. You're going to say, more on the floor, go next door, grab 1 10. That's 10 ones more. Okay. What does that mean? Let's say it one more time. Ready? Go. More on the floor, go next door, grab 1 10. That's 10 ones more. So let me explain what I mean by that. Okay, this is 64, take away 28. Let's look at the numbers on the floor you have. Starting with the ones place. What place do you start with? The ones place. If you look at the ones place, this says 4 take away 8. 4 take away 8. Well, you can't do that, right? Because is 8 bigger than 4, or is there more on the floor? Yes, 8 is bigger than 4. So if there's more on the floor, you're going to go next door. You're going to grab 1 10. So if you grab 1 10 from 6, that's going to make 6 5 now. And it's not going to make, 4 is going to have 10 ones more, which means when you grab 1 10, it becomes 14. You remember this now? Yes. So now that you have 14 and 14 is bigger than 8, you can do the subtraction and count backwards. So when you use touch math, remember, you have to count backwards. And we're going to start with 14. We're going to say 14, and with our pencil, count backwards. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Very good. Okay, so what does 14 take away 8? It's 6. Now you're not going to look at 6 anymore and try to subtract 2. You're going to look at 5 and subtract 2. Okay, is the bigger number at the top? Yes. So you say 5, 4, 3. So what is the answer on this one? It is 36. Now in examples 5 and 6, you have triple digit subtraction. Okay, triple means 3. So there's 3 digits, and you're going to have to regroup 1 time. So you're always going to start with the ones place. You're going to start with the what? The ones place. And you look at the numbers on the floor. This would be 3 minus 8. Okay? So is there more on the floor? Is 8 more than 3? Yes? So if there's more on the floor, go next door, grab 1 10. That's 10 ones more. So here's what that looks like. Because 8 is bigger than 3, you're going to go next door to the tens place. You're going to grab 1 10, which will make this 7, because 8 minus 1 is 7. And you want 10 ones more than 3. So put a 1 in front of the 3, and that makes that 13. And now you can subtract because the top number is bigger than the bottom number. But you have to count backwards. You have to count what? Backwards. So you say 13 and then touch the points 2 times because 8 has double dots. So you say 13, count back with me. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Okay? So 13 minus 8 is 5. Then you have 7 take away 7. So I will count backwards, but you need to know that whenever you have the same number that you are subtracting. So 7 and 7 are the same number, right? So if you have 7 and you take away 7, you know that that is what? That is 0, because they're the same number. But let's go ahead and count back. Say 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And when you look at the hundreds place, you have 7 take away 2, okay? The top number is bigger than the bottom number, so let's just count backwards. Say 7, 6, 5. So what is the answer? 505. All right? The last example is just like 5. Let's ask ourselves, when you look at 583 minus 268 and you start with the ones place, again you have 3 take away 8. Is that the same like here? Okay, so we're going to do the same thing. Is there more on the floor? Is 8 more than 3? Yes. If there's more, say it with me now. If there's more on the floor, go next door, grab 110. That's 10 ones more. So we're going to go next door. We're going to grab 110. Remember, this makes it 7. And you grab 110, so you could put a 1 in front of the 3, okay? Because 13 is 10 ones more than 3. So now your new number is 13. You're going to do 13 take away 8. Is 13 more than 8? Yes. So you say 13 and you count back. Count back with me. Say 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Very good. And then you have 7 take away 6. 7 is, the top number is bigger, so let's count back. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And in the hundreds place, is the top number bigger than the bottom number? Yes. 5 is more than 2. So we'll say 5, 4, 3. All right? So go ahead and get that down. And tomorrow, we will learn more about subtraction with regrouping.